right exactly next to us.
Well.
You got some over there.
Good.
You better smile, you are on TV.
I'll hold my card up.
I tell you here, Jeff, I met the most wonderful people here. Every morning, you know, you start talking to total stranger and you have the feeling that you know more than life. It's a unique place here. You know, the nicest things I found in the library when I made the violins. There was 3 books, I tell you. It was wonderful. When I took them back, a week I went again. I couldn't find them anymore because there was an article in the paper, so everybody came to get the books to read about it.
Is this your art on the walls here?
Yeah, see, I had a nice place there, but on the map took my place away, so. That I made when they made the place, so I made them the bottles, no charge, nothing, just for my own satisfaction to see something. See, this bottle I like in Transylvania. It's all Transylvania art. So why not beautify a place a little bit if you can?
How long has Martin been coming here?
As long as I've been here.
How long is that?
I don't know, almost 4 years.
How long you been here?
Almost 4 years.
Yeah.
You said 10 years.
No.
I came, no, it's about 6 years that I come
Yeah, he's
here.
been here. Every day. We know everybody. Everybody knows us.
And you know the nice thing, Jeff, when one is missing, when one doesn't come, what happened to him? Is he sick or whatsoever? So everybody wants to know what happened. And so on. Yeah, it's really like a family. I'm doing not only painting, that's all inlaid wood. As you see it, I inlay it and then I round it up and all this pattern coming out. Then I do a lot of relief work, as you see here in the girl. But my most favorite thing was always the violins, since I make violins, so all the pieces I couldn't use for a violin, I try to make a picture or collage or whatever you call it. And many people just like it, especially those who like music. And that's one of those birds, you know, which hop around and pick up all my night crawlers. That's a big one. He picks up even snakes. So there you see how many different things I'm doing just to create some things, and it is a lot of fun and satisfaction. I wish I could teach the whole world because people would be more relaxed and they would have a lot of enjoyment by doing something with their hands and so on, instead of worry their head about money, 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 money. Which is good to have, but it isn't everything. Once you are satisfied inside, that's what counts. Now, what you see here, it's nothing than broken glass. All I try to show you color. And anyone can do that if he has the patience to put so many glass together, but it's always very colorful. Look at the one there, I call it color dots, which somewhere I bought these round things, didn't know what to do with them, but then I incorporate them in this picture. In the home they look they brighten your whole home up. Now here you see the face of Christ, which is out of a mahogany, but I had to burn it a little bit to darken it. To me, his face is very peaceful. I think that's how one feels when he is gone. Christ with a very peaceful expression. And the other one, the white one, that's just a face. It could be anybody's face. And here, this carving that was the time, you know, when the flower girls in the 60s. So I tried to make all the flower girls and so on. It's a piece of oak, it's very heavy. This one is inlaid with super exposed paint in a modern way. I like the color of the different kind of wood. It's all natural wood. Nothing is painted. Oh, I take that out for you so you can see it. And this is inlay, which is my favorite work anyway. Inlay, because it is almost a lost art. Not many people do inlay anymore. And it seems everybody likes roses, so I do a lot of roses. And the other one, I don't know if you can get that. That's just a fantasy. Once in a while I get carried away and do things. I even don't know what I'm doing, but it's in my head. Think how wonderful a city with a beautiful park and people walking around, all kind of. Would you remove that? That looks to me like a banjo, which it isn't. But somebody gave me a piece of wood, so I made something out of it and put all. Then the picture behind, again, is glass work. And I like the different colors, you know. It depends how you break the glass. You come up with all kind of different motifs and so on. It's mostly during the winter time when I cannot go in my workshop. I do that in the kitchen. Then I have to clean up for Harry in the kitchen. So I like these girls because they are nice girls. See, the Romanian is a kind of people you cannot put them in glue steps. They don't follow orders. Sure, they are communists. They like to be called socialists and so on, but it's not that bad. Russia cannot do whatever they want to do with them. You know, they just do not listen and so on. But otherwise, you know, it's a. When I was there, you couldn't do nothing unless you bribe. Today, it's the same thing. If you want to go over and have a nice time, take 1,000 lipsticks, 100 ball paints, and you made it. There are things you cannot get. I mean, I'm pretty straightforward. Many people do not like it, but that's the way I am.
Why don't people like it?
Well, nobody likes to hear the truth. I've been almost all over the world, but wherever you go, there are nice customs.
Yeah.
There are special foods. Every country has some specialty and so on. So it's beautiful. The world is so beautiful. Look what we do to it. See, it's mind-boggling once in a while, you know. It's 20th century where everyone should be intelligent, and now look what we do. When I say we, it's not you and me. It's the whole world. No, it isn't the world, it's the people.
Tradition.
See, when somebody asks me, how is the world treating you? I say, the world is all right, it's the people who give me trouble. I tell you only one thing, I love this country more than anything else in the world. And I really mean it. See, nothing hurts me more than when I see that some stupid idiots that disgrace the flag or whatever. I don't mind if they criticize the president. He's only 4 years here, or 8 years if he's lucky, but the flag should be here forever. That hurts me. That hurts me, and I defend it, damn it. That's why I took an oath to defend it against all enemies, foreign or domestic. And I am able, even though I'm 70 years old, I slap them. So anyone who wants to paint, I help him out. I give him paper as much as he wants, just to make him do something. Not necessarily to become an artist or whatsoever, but doing something with your own hand. It gives you a lot of satisfaction. I taught doctors and ministers to do inlay work. See, that's a specialty of mine and so on. And I tell you, the letters they write me, the joy they have, they're not doing it for money. But, you know, to get away from it all, forget their daily routine and do some things which they really like to do and so on. I had a lot of students. The funny thing is, and there you see what a soft-hearted guy I am. I never charged. I gave lessons but never got paid for it. I never could charge them. I thought, well, I teach them as much as I can. And it's nothing more satisfactory to me when I see that somebody really can do it. I have a boy right now in Grove City. He's 16 years old. He cut on like that, and he's doing beautiful work. And now, besides doing the inlay, there is a lot of technical work to do, gluing, finishing, and so on and so on. So I taught him that too. And I'm amazed at things he's doing. Early in life, my father taught me to respect every human being. And that's, I can go anywhere in the world. I never had trouble because I respect every single person. May it be a bum, a prostitute, or a millionaire. To me, they are all human beings, and I treat them like that. So there you see, it's not how much money you have or whatsoever, but it's a human being. And if we respect that, I don't think we have trouble.
Can't go wrong.
No, you cannot go wrong. Here too in Columbus, you know, I try to help everybody. From nature, I'm a soft-hearted guy. I see somebody on TV, somebody died, I cry, even though I never knew.
That's what I said.
See, when they shot the Pope and so on, and I'm not a Catholic, you know.
Me neither, but I was.
Yet, it did something when they shot the president and so on. Oh, I was heartbroken because I have a lot of feelings. You know, remember on the way when we came, you said you are very sensitive. See, that's the trouble with us. We are too sensitive. In a way, it's very good. In a way, it's very good because you have a sensitive neighbor. You see more, you hear more, and you do more because you feel more. You said the right word. Once in a while, I get a little bit mixed up with the English. I never can charge. Even if I worked in my business, I never could charge the people too much. Yet somehow, I made it, and so on. So, in a way, I'm the luckiest guy. You know, I have too much to go in the poorhouse, not enough to worry about it. So, how lucky can you be? For instance, you asked me about my style. I don't know if I have any style. People recognize my carvings all over and so on, but I like to jump around from one thing to the other. When I have an exhibit, and somebody says nobody ever believes that one and the same guy has done everything because it's so... See, for instance, here, the black and white. It's nothing but a cut out of pieces, and then I paint them, set them in, I can color them, and to me it was nothing more beautiful than white hand and black hand finally grab each other and become friends. To me that's very fascinating because it has such a depthness. I show you inside one, which I call the lost soul or the astronaut. You think they're moving in space. It's very, very... See, that are the things. To me, it doesn't matter. See, material doesn't matter a thing. To create something, that's what matters. To create something, you can use anything. Of course, you have to know your material, what it doesn't, or what you can do with them, but you find it out pretty soon. Then little piggies, it's mostly to use the grain of the wood to make a little piggy, which it doesn't pay to make them. There is so much work in them, I never get paid for it. But hell, you don't work to make money, you work because you enjoy it. That's for the doctor's office. Can you imagine that no matter how sick you are, you see that and you smile. Also, you get frightened for getting the shots. And so on. I made two. I gave one to my doctor. He said every time people come in, they come in with a smile. So, silly things, but...
What's it made of?
No, the faces are sawdust and glue, and the rest is wood. Done black and a little bit silver. You know, I made many things because here you can use almost any kind of junk. Just put it on and come out with something. And that are beer cans. Pepsi, beer, 7-Up, I don't know what else. And the material I get right here in the alley. The reason I made it to show the kids what they could do instead of littering all the streets. And you can do wonderful, wonderful art with thrown away beer cans instead of littering all the streets. That was a beautiful girl. I finally finished her. I don't know where she is, and so on. Yeah, here another thing that I made before I came over. And then I was a young, handsome guy. Look at me now. I'm an old, handsome guy.
Oh, that's very good. That's a self-portrait, huh?
Yeah.
Carved?
That are the things I like to do, you know, acrobats. It's such a beautiful thing and so easy.
Is there a traditional wood carving in Romania?
Oh yeah.
Brancusi was the
Oh,
famous wood carver.
Brancashi. That's the real name.
Pronounce it Brancashi?
Brancashi, yeah. Now here, that's from Romanian. The shepherds, which they would play with the flute. No music written down, they couldn't read and write, but the boy would learn it from grandpa, and it would go on for things. And sometimes evenings when you hear the music, you think it's almost like Beethoven. Beautiful, you know, from far away. It's such a beautiful sound. All done very joyful. See, Romanians are just like the Hungarian. Very sad or very joyful. You have the same things in the Hungarian music, especially the gypsy, or a csárdás, or than a real sad thing. That are gypsy dancing. I call it the four shadows. Now the background is paint, but all that is inlaid in natural, beautiful wood. I like the movement in it, and you know. So, movement to me means a lot. Look at my ballerinas, and you know, I think everything is moving. Can you see it this way? See, the roses are all inlaid. The background is mirror and broken bottles and God knows what, caps from spray things and so on. I always find it fascinating because here you really can create something. I call it imprisoned, not necessarily behind bars. See, it's not exactly a human, not exactly an animal. It's just a sad soul who bites the finger and doesn't know why he has the chains on his neck, as we do not know why we are imprisoned inside. You know, stupidity, ignorance, bad marriage, and I don't know what else, you know. So none of it is actually free in that sense, you know. We live in a free country, which is one thing. I really wonder how free we are. See, wood is, I think wood is the most beautiful material that God gave us. It's warm. The feel of it, when you feel a piece of wood, as cooler it is, as harder it is, it's a nice feel. I could tell you blindfolded what kind of wood it is just by feeling it. Now, you asked me before if I ever did dream, and that was the dream. Tell me which way to tilt it so it won't reflect. It was a night somewhere, I didn't know exactly, but I came pretty close what I was dreaming, you know. The moon was shining. Probably I was looking for a girl and couldn't find her. And so on. I do a lot of things, you know. I'm very patriotic. Upstairs I have a picture which I won a prize in the Art League where I depicted the national anthem. Somebody, a show, asked, can you say the words of the national anthem? And I tell you, not even one person could say it. There was a blonde girl from Germany. She almost finished it. I am just a visitor from Germany. I went out in the garage and I had to do it. And even wrote, oh, say, can you see, I carved it in and so on. I entered and I won a prize there.
Why?
Levy prize.
How did you become patriotic? Why are you so patriotic?
Because I love this country very much. I still cry when I see the flag go by. Any parade, I cry. That's the way it does to me.
Why is that?
Because that's the way I feel about this country, you know. And perhaps because I love my country so much, that's why I can love this country so much, you know. I do not like persons who put their country down because of politics. Politics comes and goes, but the country is there forever, so I will never put my country down. That's perhaps why I love this country so much. It's not nice. See, every speech I made, the last thing I always finish. Criticize, give them hell, everything, but when you are finished, kneel down and thank God that you live in this country. And that's the way I feel. You know, has nothing to do with wealth or whatsoever. I'm still a poor sucker in the pocket. I'm the richest guy on earth here, and that's what counts. So
that's very patriotic above the refrigerator there.
What's that about? That's the homecoming of the soldier from Vietnam. And look what happened to him. That's just hammered in a piece of offset things they throw away. Somebody brought me a whole pile of them, and I made a lot of all kind of picture. Home camp, can you imagine?
What did you think of Vietnam?
Well, I feel sorry for those who went, and I feel sorry for those who didn't go. You know, it's how can you judge a thing like that? It was a war which should never have been. Or if it had been, to let the soldier do their work and not the politician to run the war. Shall we go?
Yeah.
Watch the hole. And watch my flowers, for heaven's sake.
When did you do these murals on the wall of your garage?
Oh, about 10 years ago. Now that's my workbench, and that's the way a workbench looks. 100 things, when you need one you cannot find it. But I'm carving out here a piece of black walnut, which is almost done. I show you the whole piece. I always like, you know, the nice thing between a man and wife, love and so on. I do a lot of things like that. Perhaps because I never had it, that's why I'm doing it. So I just love them. I always find a nice piece of walnut or mahogany or whatsoever. Now, here are, I don't know how many chisels. That's why I say you need one, you never find them. But I try to, when you look around, look at here. Once I'm dropping that, who the hell ever gonna know what it is? Today, everything is made by the machine, and nobody cares about working with the hands anymore. That's where I sent the bases and so on. And then I use this fine dust. You've seen the black picture I show you inside. I mix it with glue and make a dough and press them together with the finger. That are the faces. And you know, it's funny thing what you can do just with a finger and a pencil. You can make them shouting, crying, laughing, all kind of silly things. It's a lot of fun, you know. Actually, I am still a little child inside.
You like to play?
I like to play. Special things people throw away. I may mount it on something and make a picture out of it and so on. So you have to be inventive.
Where do you find your junk? Do you go through garbage?
No, you just look around, you find it all over. I mean, I used to go to garbage when they had the city dump there, where I would find the most beautiful material, but they don't have it anymore. So, but people bring me a lot of stuff and old things. Can you imagine out of an old lake what you can do? You can carve an owl or whatsoever or whatever. To me, every little piece is a precious piece. Here, some unfinished violin, which I'm going to use for another violin picture. There you see, if you collect everything, pretty soon you have enough to do some things. And that's the fun of it. I don't plan it, I just take whatever I find. When I see I have enough junk, I do some things. Now, here is some things which I wouldn't sell for no money. That's the hut I came over with. That's my working hut. Every time I work, I put it in with the hole in. That's why I came over. And to me, it's priceless because it's some things to remember. Here again are unfinished pieces. It's too many unfinished pieces. I don't work too much anymore because after all, I'm getting old. Still chasing girls, but I'm getting old.
Do you enjoy working still?
Oh, yes. I read a lot, but then since I have trouble with the eye, I have to work some things to realize I cannot do it anymore. But I always find some things I still can do. Break glass, paint, make another mosaic picture or something. Actually, I would like to teach the whole world because there is so much. See, we all timer. Pretty soon we are all gone. Nobody teaches the craft, you know, the secrets, the tricks. In every profession consists of so many tricks, and if you don't know them, you are just lost. And I don't think in the art school they talk this. Many of the teachers themselves don't know much. Sorry. But that's the way I see it.
You don't think they teach enough what?
They teach enough because they don't know enough. That's the trouble.
About what?
About what they are teaching. And that's the holy truth. Because I gave speeches in front of groups, and I was amazed how little they, and that are all things who taught wood shops. And I was amazed how little they know about wood. Wood is a whole science. If you don't know how it works, how it swells, how it bends and so on, how can you work? Look at the houses they do. Because many of the carpenters don't know what's left and right. They just nail it on. Then you buy it, you pay $80,000, $100,000, and then you see all the cracks. Because they have no knowledge how the wood works. And it's the truth. It's very easy. You buy a hammer, a saw, you join the union, and you are a carpenter. Over there we had to be 4-year apprentice, and the evenings go to the trade school, learn all the design. I read a blueprint like a newspaper. That's missing here. There's no apprenticeship, 4 year. But
If you could form a school, what would it be like?
just like in the old country, strict and learn. All I want to say, I hope finally there would be peace in the world, so we can do our things whatever without always thinking something's gonna happen awful and so on. And most of all, I wish that for the young people, that they finally can relax without having to go to war and being killed and so on, but just do the things they really want to do. What else you want? Peace and a happy life. And the rest gonna take care of it.